5 key tips that you want to keep in mind before you start collecting rent online and how to get started. And if you stay on until the very end, I'm going to show you how to do online rent collection for free. Stay tuned. What's going on, everybody? It's Jamel Gibbs, your family-oriented entrepreneur. Welcome to another video. Now, if you've been around my channel for any amount of time, then you'll realize that building a rental property portfolio is one of my favorite ways to invest in real estate. Why? Because it provides passive income continuously on a monthly basis, which allows me to have that time and freedom. I consider myself to be the family-oriented entrepreneur. That means I like to spend time with my family, and I base my business wrapped around my lifestyle, meaning my business supports the way that I want to live. I love spending time with my family and friends. So I don't necessarily have to put forth more effort to continue to make a consistent flow of money in my business. It's the other way around. Again, the business supports my lifestyle, and that's all because of the passive income that we receive every single month. So building a real estate portfolio, if you're a family person, will allow you to have that time freedom that you're looking for and allow you to be able to do what you want when you want to do it with your family and friends. So I'm a huge advocate on sharing information that's going to allow people to help change their lifestyle. In this video, I want to share these 5 tips because these are important tips that you really need to be mindful of when you're looking to collect rent online. Some of it has to do with legal issues. And one thing I want to mention is I'm not an attorney. I'm not an accountant. I'm not your tax prep or your tax advisor. Do me a favor. Be sure to reach out to the professionals. Make sure that you're compliant and your state compliant when it comes to abiding the law in your local area. Make sure that this stuff is actually going to work for you, because I'm going to talk about some of this stuff and I want to make sure that you reach out to the professionals in your area to make sure that you don't get yourself in any hot water. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump into some of the benefits of collecting rent online. So the first benefit when it comes to online rent collection, and automated rent collection rather, is you know that your payments are going to be made on time. So if you set your payment schedule to collect rent on the first of every single month, then you know that that's payday. You know that those rent payments will come in and you'll be able to take care of your responsibilities as well as your lifestyle. The second benefit is you'll have fewer late payments. So if your rent payments are being collected automatically again, 9 times out of 10, as long as the money is in the account of the tenant, you're not going to have any collection problems, which is going to result in fewer late payments. The third benefit is you'll have less hassle dealing with tenants. So you don't necessarily have to go door to door collecting rent. You don't have to worry about the tenants sending their payment in mail or through money order or anything like that, because it's being automatically collected. This is convenient for the tenant as well. They can have their own online portal to make their payment, or it can just come directly out of their account. So less paperwork, less hassle, less everything, more profits for you as the landlord and less hassle for the tenant as well. So it's a win-win situation for both of you. And the fourth benefit, as I've already mentioned, less paperwork, less travel, a lot of things you don't have to worry about. You don't have to consider when your payments are being collected online. Now, obviously, with the benefits, there comes some things that you want to be aware of as well. So let's talk about some of the things that you definitely need to be aware of when it comes to online rent collection, as well as automated rent collection. The difference between automated rent collection and online rent collection is automated rent collection is automatically drafted from your tenant's account. Online rent collection is when the tenant goes and submits the payment online. So that's 2 different things. You want to keep that in mind. But what are some of the drawbacks? What are some of the things that you really need to be mindful of when it comes to this form of payment? First thing, when it comes to automated rent collection or online rent collection, is you want to make sure that you have an auto pay clause in your landlord agreement. So in your lease agreement with the tenant, make sure that there's an auto pay clause in there. Because if you don't have this clause in your lease, then a tenant can say that you're taking money from their account without their authorization. So make sure that when you set up your lease agreement with the tenant, you put an auto pay clause in that agreement, in that lease, in order to be able to collect rent automatically every single month. Second, make sure online or automatic rent collection is legal in your area. For example, right now in California, it's illegal to automatically collect rent online. The tenant must manually pay the rent. Make sure that your local area will allow you to accept auto pay rent collection or online rent collection without any hassle. Number 3, you want to make sure you have the ability to reject payments. So let's say, for example, you have a problem tenant and you're looking to evict the tenant. Well, if you're looking to evict the tenant, then you have to stop collecting rent. 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to stop collecting rent in order to be able to get the tenant out. So make sure you can reject payments. Make sure you have that ability with the software that you use to reject these payments in order to be able to get that problem tenant out of your property. So number 3, you want to make sure that you have the ability to stop payments from tenants in order to prevent them from being able to stay in your property. Number 4, you want to follow the National Automated Clearinghouse Association rules. Now, this is a company that will make sure that you're operating with integrity. They provide confidentiality, making sure that you keep everything confidential between you and your tenant. They're making sure you stay compliant as well. And they'll also make sure that everything is being operated above board. So make sure you follow the NACHA rules as well. And finally, the 5th tip is to make sure you look out for insufficient funds notices if you're going to be doing automatic rent payments. A lot of times you'll have tenants who maybe they have a problem month. Maybe they don't have enough money to collect the rent, or maybe there's something wrong with their bank account. It happens all the time. Maybe it's an honest mistake. If you weren't able to collect rent from the tenant that month and you receive an insufficient funds charge or an insufficient funds notice, make sure you address that with the tenant. And obviously you want to have something in your lease agreement that will spell out the terms if the tenant were to provide you with a bad payment. What are the fees going to be, et cetera, et cetera. So those are the 5 things. You want to make sure that you have an auto pay clause in your lease agreement. You want to make sure that it's legal in your area to do this. You want to make sure that you're able to reject payments in case you have problem tenants. You want to make sure that you follow the NACHA rules in order to stay compliant, and make sure you're looking out for insufficient funds notices as well. So those are the 5 key tips that I wanted to share with you. Now, as promised, I also said that I wanted to share with you how you can get started doing it. The best part is you can do this for free. Now, in order to do this, we're going to use a software called Baselane. In order to get your Baselane account set up, I'm going to leave a link in the description box of this video. It's 100% free to use Baselane, which I love. And when you get your account set up, Baselane will enter you into a raffle where you have a chance to win a $500 Amazon gift card as well. So make sure you click the link in the description box to be able to get your free Baselane account and start collecting rent online for free today. Let me take you over to baselane.com and share with you how to get that portion of your account set up. All right, so as you can see, we're here on baselane.com. Baselane will be coming out with a paid version of this, but honestly, the free version is more than what you need in order to operate your real estate investing business. And that's why I support this software. It's free, and it's a really good software that you can use right now. It's a great tool for you to use in order to be able to really automate your real estate investing business. Just to share with you how to get started collecting rent, let's go ahead over to the side panel here, and down at the bottom you can see under property management you have rent collection, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and add a property, right? So I'm going to click on properties. I'm going to go to add a property. I'm going to click on single family, and I'm just going to give this property a name. Sharon Brook Drive. This is one of the properties that I own. All right, all that information is correct. I'm going to go ahead and create the property. And then you'll notice it says your property has been successfully added. This is what you can do with your property. It says set up rent collection for this property. It's recommended. It's 100% free. Get paid faster and allow your tenants to pay on all platforms. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this right here. And once I click on that, you can see there's 7 steps right here. So select the property to set up rent collection. And it says for multifamily properties, select the property, then continue to choose the unit. So you can do this. Let's say you have a 10-unit multifamily property. You can do this per unit as well. You can also use this for short-term rental collection. You can use this for mid-term rental collection as well. You can customize this. And if you want to watch a full video with one of the representatives of the company that I put together, I did a podcast with Saad Dar, who represents this company. I'm going to be sure to link that up in the description box or up in the cards for you as well. So I'm going to go ahead and select the property. I'm going to go ahead and click on continue. It says enter your rental details. Let's say it's a fixed term or it's month to month. So, that depends on the lease that you set up with the tenant. So if you have a 1-year lease with a tenant, then that's a fixed term. If you're going month to month, then obviously that you would select that box right there. The lease starts, let's say, April 1st, 2024, and let's say it ends in a year from then. So let's just go to April 1st, 2025. And let's say that the rent amount is going to be $2,150 for that property. And then you can add a recurring fee if you wanted to. I'm not going to for this particular property. Rent is due on the 1st of every month. So that's when the date is going to be collected. I'm going to go ahead and click on continue. You can collect security deposits right here. So let's say I collected a security deposit in the amount of $2,150, which is equal to the monthly rent. And the security deposit will be due by, let's say March 31st, right? Mark as paid if you receive the money in cash. Let's say you go down to collect last month's rent up front. You can do that as well. I love doing that actually, so that I don't have to worry about it. The last month rent collection will be on March 31st, right? Or you can collect it up front. You can mark it as paid right there. You can collect prorated rent. So if the tenant needed to move in, let's say right now, in the middle of the month, you can prorate the rent for the next month, and you can enter that amount right there as well. I'm not going to do that right now. Let's go ahead and click on continue, and you can see a schedule of your invoices right here. So March 31st, you're going to collect $2,150, which is your security deposit. Then on April 1st, you're going to collect $2,150, May 1st, June 1st, July 1st, August 1st, and then you can load more and it'll show you exactly what you're collecting each and every single month. Then you can go ahead and add the bank account that you want to set the payments to go into. And this only takes a couple of minutes. The good thing about Baselane is you can set up, this is a banking platform. You can set up different accounts in order for your money to go into those accounts, and it's absolutely free. So if I wanted to set up a separate bank account strictly for this property, 1904 Sharon Brook, I can literally set up a sub account and call it 1904 Sharon Brook Rent Collections, and then have that under my main bank account on this platform. That's another video for another day. In fact, if you want to see that video, make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. I'll show you guys how to do that. Moving forward, I'm not going to do that right now. But you'll see that you can add the tenant details right here. And then you can go ahead and review and invite the tenant to make their payments, set up their account, and they'll have their own online portal as well. I'm going to click on finish later. You can also add landlord insurance. There's a lot that you can do on this particular software or within this software, and that's why I highly recommend it. But if you're interested in getting started with online rent collection, definitely check out this free platform, and also be sure to play around with it because it's free. Get familiar with it and start utilizing it in your real estate investing business. I hope you enjoyed today's video. That's the 5 tips I wanted to share with you. I also shared some of the benefits of collecting rent online with you as well. But then in addition to that, I showed you a free platform that will allow you to get started doing this right away. If you're looking to automate your business, looking to create that time freedom in your real estate investing business, then online rent collection, possibly using Baselane, is the way to go. Hope you enjoyed this video today. Be sure to like it, subscribe, click the notification bell. Let me know what else you guys want to see on this channel. If you want me to do more videos covering Baselane, let me know. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.